history of violence? Is there a sign of hope on the horizon? Created to stand the test of time. Soldier who could get behind enemy lines. Who believes that peace will find a way? Where is Captain America today? Perseverance fighting for the good of us all. For our lives, creatures both big and small. He can help bring peace, come on and light the way. Captain America, come save today. Created to stand the test of time. Soldier who could get behind enemy lines. He believes that peace will find a way. Where is Captain America today? Created to stand the test of time. Soldier who could get behind enemy lines. He believes that peace will find a way. We need Captain America to
You're listening to the David Bowers Awards, and if you're an artist who'd like to have your music featured on our show, please write us at david@thedavidbowers.com.
There you have it. That's Nikki Chris, Captain America. We need Captain America today. What you think, Jon BonJovial?
Oh, that's great. I love Nikki Chris. I mean, she's such a good lady, and she's such a huge talent. Yeah, we need Captain America today. Absolutely. We sure do.
Absolutely, yeah. And that's that anthemic type of song that she does so well, and has actually, I think, has become her signature sound. She does that anthemic music so well, and not that she doesn't do some other stuff. We've had her on the show doing several different types of songs, but she's got the heart and soul in her voice to really do a powerful song, and she's done a good one there. It'll be interesting to see how that tracks, because I think she's going to have something strong there. And we're going to move right along now, because we have our first guest standing by, and we want to talk to Jessie Lee Cates right after we listen to this track by her called "Let Your Country Out."
He's got designer jeans, a 10-gallon hat, stepping out of a jacked-up Cadillac.
Look at that.
Diamond rings on his fingers, chains around his neck. Why's a backwoods boy wanna dress like that?
Imitation, Caucasian man.
Come on, son, you ain't from the hood. Put your camo on and step back in the woods. Let your country out. Sing them good old songs with a southern feel. Let your town home shine. Get a fiddle and a banjo. Pick a little George Jones. Let 'em know what Dixie's all about. Let your country out. Yeah. Well, she's got 6-inch heels and clip-on hair, strutting around like a diva from Vanity Fair. Yeah. Fake eyelashes, manicured hands, ruby red lips, and a spray-on tan. Well, come on, girl, this ain't New York City. Grab your cowboy boots and crank the Conway Twitty. Let your country out. Sing them good old songs with a southern feel. Let your town home shine. Get a fiddle and a banjo. Pick a little George Jones. Let 'em know what Dixie's all about. Let your country out.
Jessie Lee Cates, Let Your Country Out. I like that. Jessie Lee Cates, and takes us from the hood to the country in less than 4 minutes. Jessie Lee, welcome aboard.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Oh, a pleasure, and I love that song. It's I think that Jon BonJovial, wouldn't you agree, that is probably the first time that we have heard a track that actually does have a little bit of the hood sound in it and winds up as some kick butt country.
It's some good foot stomping music. I liked it. Jessie
Good.
Lee, that's wonderful. Wonderful.
Thank you.
That is good. That is a clever enough approach that you should have no trouble getting some pop spillover off of it. That is a good track. I like that. So tell us a little bit about. Yo, you're very welcome. Tell us a little bit about Jessie Lee Cates.
Well, you know, I'm just a mama and a wife, and I love to sing. I love to write music. I have an opinion, and I'll tell you about it.
Well, I could relate to that, as Jon BonJovial or anybody else that knows me will tell you that's one of the things I tell people right up front. I used to always use it as at an employment interview too. I'd say one of my traits is don't ever ask me my opinion unless you seriously want it, because I'll give it to you. And I like that. How did you get to where you are now? How did you get your start in music?
It really started for me in high school when I was doing theater, and I did quite a few plays in high school, and I got to do some of the singing parts, and I realized that, you know, I just had a passion for that, and I loved it. And so once I graduated, I just started doing the little festivals around my hometown, the Tomato Festival, the Strawberry Festival. I've said it so many times, when you live in the South, there's a festival for everything. So
Absolutely.
You never run out of something to do when you want to sing. So I just started doing those things, entered some radio competitions, and the big moment came when I won one of those radio competitions and had the opportunity to open up for Aaron Tippin.
Oh,
and,
wow.
Yeah, that was the defining moment where I was like, this is what I'm going to do with my life. I got to go to Nashville from that opportunity, and I just kind of never looked back. There was a short, span of time where I took a break from music, and I actually ended up working in a factory making power steering pumps for cars for about 2 years, but I was constantly writing music. I was constantly coming up with a song on the assembly line, and I knew I wouldn't be there forever, and I wasn't. I found my ticket out, and I went right back to Nashville.
Wow, that's awesome. Now, you mentioned things in your hometown. What was your hometown?
Morristown, Tennessee.
Morristown, Tennessee.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
we've
my
got
hometown.
We've got a connection that's kind of funny there, that every now and then it sort of skips a little, so I wasn't sure I heard you correctly. But so you're a Tennessee girl at heart.
Yes, absolutely.
And when you finally got through all of that preparatory work, your original singing, making auto parts, and then getting back into it and getting to open with Aaron Tippin and go to Nashville, what happened when you finally got to Nashville?
I started learning really fast what it was going to take to really do what you got to do, in Nashville. That I was stubborn. I knew what I would and wouldn't do. I knew what I wanted and what I didn't want, and I stuck by my guns, and I think that's a big important part that everybody needs
Absolutely.
to do. And I dug my heels in deep, and I wouldn't budge, and I said, well, if it's not for you, then it's not for you. We're just going to have to agree to say no, and I'll move on because there's somebody out there who wants me. And
Exactly.
I ended up getting hooked up with my now manager, and we started out as co-writers, and we hit it off. We've got Wayward Rose Records now. We just decided to start our own label. We have the artistic freedom to write what we want, sing what we want, or sing what I want, record what I want. And there's a power in that. When you have the reins of your career and your music, there's power in that. And eventually somebody will take notice and they'll listen and move you forward.
Absolutely, and John and I can relate to what you just said too, because that's more or less how we got doing what we're doing today. We're both old-time broadcast radio guys that got together. Only we sort of got together after the fact and said, "Hey, we'd like to still be doing it, but radio today isn't what it was then." And we decided that we'd go out, dig our heels in, do our own show, our own way, beholden to nobody. And if you don't like the show, don't listen. If you do, listen. And here
there
we
you
are.
go.
What's this, our fourth or fifth year, I think, going into it. And I know Jon BonJovial is standing by there and wants to add something or get into the conversation. So what you got for us, John?
Well, you kind of, answered part of the question that I was going to ask you, Jessie Lee, and that was, I think it's great that you've gone out on your own, that you're not beholden to anybody. But before you made that decision, how many doors did you have to knock on around the Nashville area and environs before you started getting noticed?
A lot.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
I kind of felt that when I first got to Nashville, I was blessed with a very prominent program director from one of the radio stations in East Tennessee. He took me to Nashville and took me to the CMA Awards, and I got to go to the Warner Brothers after party, and he started introducing me to these people, and I'm sitting here thinking, I don't know who these people are, but these names sound important, and I was getting business cards, and we left that party that night, and he looked at me, and he said, "Okay, I got you this far. The rest is up to you." And I took that handful of business cards, and I called every number. I emailed every email address. I set up every meeting, and I didn't stop until finally somebody was like, "Okay, come in here and sing. Come show me what you got." And then it just it just went down. It snowballed from there. And they were like, "Okay, well, I'm going to send you over here to sing for this person and over here to sing for this person and meet this guy and go to this, mixer and this meet and greet." And it kind of just snowballed into this huge thing. I was noticing that I was getting kind of the same thing every time. Well, when you get to this point, then call us. Basically, when you make it famous, give us a call. And
would you?
I was like, okay.
Would you? Did you have to do something along the lines of, no, I'm not going to show you what you want. I'm going to show you what I'm all about. Did you have to do that with these people, or were they already waiting for you to do that?
I kind of had to let them know. I remember playing some of my music for these people, and they'd say, "Well, it's good and it's awesome, but we kind of need this sound." And it was the same sound that they already had, and that wasn't me. And I would tell them that, well, this is me, and this is my music, and this is my talent, and this is what my voice sounds like. And more times than not, they would say, "Okay, well, just work on this, and when you get to this point, then just give us a call back." That was the main thing. They weren't very keen on changing the